Top 10 Scariest Roller Coasters in History. Hey penguins, have you ever wondered what was the scariest roller coaster in history? Well, if you're up for the challenge, we've got the top 10 ultimate thrill rides for you to enjoy with your friends. Number 10. Ajanika, Fuji Highland Park, Japan. Fuji Highland Park is a roller coaster enthusiast dream with 6 popular rides, including the record-breaking Takabisha. But you know what's particularly thrilling? The 250-foot tall Ajanika. As you drop down the 250-foot hill, the seats on the ride tilt you 90 degrees and almost turn you upside down. And that's just the start. The slow phase of the ride ends here. Yeah, you heard that right. So after this point, you gotta be prepared for a crazy adventure. Each drop, rise, and dip makes the seat spin in all directions. There will be times when you're looking up at the sky and facing down and gazing at the ground below, probably rethinking your decisions. The drops are intense, and just when you think your life's about to end, you'll crash into the ground. But just in time, your seats turn around once again, turning you back to face the sky. Every climb and drop, every turn, and the crazy speed of 78.3 miles per hour will leave you feeling dazed. If you started off in the front seat, you'll quickly find yourself in the back, and then back to the front again in a matter of seconds. By the end of this ride, people are either sobbing or laughing hysterically, and both are considered perfectly normal reactions to this thriller. Number 9. Stealth, Thorpe Park, UK. Insane is probably a better word to describe this roller coaster rather than scary. One YouTuber was inspired to break into the park and scale to the highest point on it too. After all, it does stand at 205 feet high. Riders get a beautiful view of their surroundings, but only get to enjoy it for a few seconds. Let's just say you'll be very grateful for the over-the-shoulder straps as the ride accelerates from 0 to 82 miles per hour in under 2 seconds. Then, it soars 205 feet in the air, slows down at the top, and then quickly descends an extremely steep drop towards the Roomba Rapid. Even as the roller coaster soars over a hill and quickly comes to a stop, the mind-blowing adrenaline surge is unlikely to settle down anytime soon. So all you adrenaline junkies out there gotta give this one a try. Number 8. Cannibal Elevator Lift Coaster, Lagoon, Utah. A ride on the Cannibal feels like a tumble from paradise into a horrifying abyss. Fantastic, yet super scary. The roller coaster has a jungle theme in an ominous-looking tower, and there's a few waterfalls strewn about as well. The ride begins by entering a somewhat dark area where you get on the ride and pause for a moment before it begins to climb. At that moment, you're rising 208 feet. Maybe the scene there is to create some tension for what's to come, because at the top, the ride slowly approaches a cliff before stopping once more and plummeting into oblivion, maybe for a brief moment to consider your future. The roller coaster then drops down into a tunnel, changes into an Immelman loop, and then heads into a dive loop as it tips to a 116-degree angle. Riders enjoy downward helixes with a rock tunnel in the middle, double barrel rolls, and overbank curves. It's exciting and great fun, but definitely don't eat before going on. Number 7. Maverick, Cedar Point, Ohio. This little one is strong and gives riders non-stop action. Your adrenaline is essentially fueled by the feeling that it might rip off the tracks. It moves quickly up the 105-foot hill by magnetic propulsion and then tilts at a 95-degree angle, lowers 100 feet, circles, ascends a hill, and then begins a twisted horseshoe roll that causes it to flip from one direction to the other. You'll feel euphoric from the wild bank corners and even grateful for the halfway stop. But before you can recover from the shock, the roller coaster accelerates to 70 miles per hour and soars over a lagoon while weaving between cliffs, navigating dangerously low-height tracks, and making smooth, sharp curves before returning you to the station. Whew, wild ride! Number 6. Iron Guazi, Busch Gardens, Tampa. You'll get to see a lot of Iron Guazi when your train curves through the crossings and descends a 90-degree dip because it has a 206-foot tall timber construction with steel support columns. The ride leaves the station, makes a steep bend without a bank, and then climbs the hill. The ascent doesn't happen too quickly, giving you time to take in your surroundings and the layout of the coaster you're gonna be riding. When the ride drops down the steep slope, the real action begins. This ride is thrilling and completely out of control. You'll experience a lifting-like sensation from your seat. Every curve, overbank turn, climb, head chopper, inward dive, and crossover are delivered in quick succession while traveling at 76 miles per hour to excite even the most jaded coaster enthusiasts. Number 5. Wildfire, Kolmarden, Sweden. This wooden behemoth rises 187 feet above the ground. It gives thrill seekers a dizzying 160-foot drop, an odd outward bank top hat that induces heady sensations, and expansive views of the Swedish coastline and extensive forest. Wildlife has a rustic vibe because the station's walls and ceiling are decorated with old saws. The moment the train enters the lift hill might be the only opportunity you have to take in the scenery though. A 161-foot first drop, an inverted zero-G stall, and an outward bank top hat are included in the 2 minutes of pure bliss that begin when the ride dips a little at the top, turns 270 degrees to the right, then bumps up. It's a quick trip full of inversions, head choppers, twists, and airtime hills. Number 4. Thunder Dolphin, Tokyo Dome City, Japan. This famous coaster, located right in the middle of the city, provides a thrilling ride with amazing views of the nearby streets and buildings. Strangely though, while you're having the experience of a lifetime, you'll be seeing people going about their daily business. This peculiar coaster's ride begins with a quick climb up a lift hill to 262 feet above sea level. Riders look down at a 218-foot drop as it speedily descends to the ground at a speed of 81 miles per hour from this point. After that, it continues to soar and turn, flying uncomfortably close to the Lagoon Mall side before swerving through the building's roof. Before crashing through a huge hole in the wall on the side of the building you were flying over, the ride slows down a little. You'll find yourself rising into the sky before you can ask yourself, did we just go through a… But no, before you can even finish that question, you're dropping down again. Goosebumps! Number 3. Time Traveler, Silver Dollar City, Branson, Missouri. Imagine getting ready for your ride, but just as you leave the station, your coaster car plummets 90 feet down, and you can't predict which way the drop will be when it happens either. Your car could be moving in one of 3 directions: backwards, forwards, or sideways. The Time Traveler coaster gives riding a literal spin. The coaster cars have onboard magnets that slow and stop the spinning, as well as circular fins that allow them to freely revolve. Every piece is yours to enjoy in a unique way. When you're not looking at the horrified faces of the people in the next car or whatever else, you're plunging headfirst into a loop. Plus, the theme of the Time Traveler is amazing. Visitors are also met by a massive clock sign with fascinating designs in the back as soon as they enter. The station is beautifully designed with distinctive clocks, several revolving clock gears above, and coaster trains with a time travel theme. You'll go through 3 inversions, 2 launches, and strange sensations while traveling at 50 miles per hour in less than 2 minutes. Enjoy it if you can. Number 2. Incredible Hulk Coaster, Universal Orlando. Fans of the MCU, especially those of the Hulk, will love this ride. The entrance even has a statue of the Incredible Hulk holding up the roller coaster, for crying out loud. Upon entering this ride, you'll find yourself at General Thaddeus Ross's laboratory as you wait in line as a test subject to be transformed into the Hulk. Gamma reactors and other amazing equipment make the room and the launch platform appear super cool. Riders are then directed to the cool gamma ray launch tunnel at the beginning of the ride. A warning plays that gamma exposure has begun as you climb the lift hill, and you can definitely feel your heart pumping. The ride leaves the launch tunnel at 40 miles per hour after being accelerated by the gamma ray reactor and careens into a snappy 110-foot tall zero-G roll. The Hulk roars as the train, traveling at 67 miles per hour, maneuvers past drops, water cannons blasting water, vertical loops, a cobra roll, 2 corkscrews, and a tunnel. It gives you an exciting experience, that's for sure. Number 1. Nemesis, Alton Towers Resort, England. And now it's time to unveil the scariest roller coaster in history. What better than a huge, unsettling-looking eyeball that looks at the riders as the inverted coaster curves through undeveloped tentacles? Nemesis stands apart because it doesn't aim for the stars. In fact, it barely rises above ground level before plunging into the rocky hole. Before turning into a corkscrew, the ride quickens along a slight descent. And that's only the start. Riders experience one more corkscrew, a huge loop, and a zero-G roll while traveling at 50 miles per hour as a creature's howl is playing in the background. With near misses that give you the impression that the coaster wants to scrub the rocks, tunnel, and monster with your body, one second you're leaping over the station, and the next you're plunging into a pit. The 80-second journey ends gracefully before you even have time to gather your thoughts. Possibly a touch too brief, but definitely well worth it. Let us know in the comments below which of these roller coasters you're going to be going for, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this.